I'm Dana K. White, author of Decluttering at the Speed of Life. And I write books about clutter and house stuff. And so I get to decide things like, hey, if I don't want something to be clutter, all I have to do is use it. If I use it, it's not clutter by definition, right? As long as it has a purpose and I have a place for it, an actual place for it in my home, then I can keep stuff. Sometimes that means I keep things like, sentimental stuff that really has no purpose, but I say I'm going to give it a purpose. For example, when my kids were babies, those designer burp cloths were like super duper popular. It was kind of a new thing. And those were really hard to get rid of because they had my kids' names embroidered on them. And I was like, what am I going to do? Well, there was no purpose in keeping them unless I gave it a purpose. And so I said, I'm going to use these for dust rags. And I did for a long time. They were burp cloths. They weren't actually like pooped on or anything, But I used them for years and then they kind of wore out and I was able to get rid of them without feeling like, oh, these things are so sentimental. It was like, no, they served a real purpose and I got to enjoy them for many years by using them. Because when I was using them every day, then I was like, oh yeah, these are fun. Oh yeah, these bring back memories. Instead of just sitting in a box somewhere where I would go through it every once in a while and think, oh my goodness, when am I going to make a decision about what to do with these things that I don't, okay, just use it. All right. So it's not clutter if I use it and if it has a place in my home. So as we were moving a while ago, I don't know when this video is going to come out because I'm making them all in the summer before Reed leaves, summer of 22, just so you know. Anyway, back when we moved, I came across an area in my home where I had displayed something in an area that ended up not being a display area. It's kind of a corner that I ended up turning into a little storage area. I put like a curtain in front of it and just put stuff in there because we just didn't use it otherwise. But it was the bar in our game room, like an 80s built-in bar. Well, I had put up there some super sentimental glasses. So I collected Wizard of Oz. Can you see that? Wizard of Oz stuff back in the, who knows when. This says it was for the 50th anniversary. Oh, in 1989. Yeah. So I think that's actually when I started collecting it. I always had a thing for the movie Wizard of Oz. Started collecting it. People started giving me a lot of stuff. Anyway, in 1989, clearly, Whataburger, a Texas institution, would put out these glasses. And so I have a full collection of them. Do I remember if we collected them at Whataburger or if they came from a garage sale later? I have no idea. Anyway, these were collectibles. Well, they had sat on this shelf in the bar area that ended up being a storage area, and I forgot about what I had displayed up there. They ended up sitting on the shelf and gathering a ridiculous amounts of dust. Like they were super duper dusty when I got them down. So even at that time, as I got them down, I was like, what am I gonna do? I don't need these. I've lived this long without them. And I was like, but I love them. They are sentimental, but they have no and I went, wait a minute. They're glasses. I can use them. And so I just made a decision that I would use them in our new house, that I would pack them up and that we would use them. And so I washed all the dust off of them by putting them in the dishwasher, but I washed all the dust off. And then I came to my new house and I was like, okay, if these are going to stay in my house, we got to use them and we got to have a place for them. The place for them, that was what was kind of difficult, okay? Because I already had glasses that we used, but instead I decided to get rid of some other ones and go ahead and give these. So I have a place where I can actually keep them, okay? Other things too, just another little sentimental thing that we use. It's gotten kind of gross and dirty. I need to throw it in the washing machine. I guess it'll be okay. I don't know. This is Reed's handprint. Have I done a video about this before? I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, this is Reed's cute little handprint. My mother-in-law, I gave her this when back in 2004, I don't have to guess when. Back in 2004, when Reed's hand was this size and my other son's hand was a similar size. And I had made these for her. She never used them. I think she had them hung up somewhere. And so after she passed away, I brought them home, or maybe even before when we were cleaning out her house. But after that, I brought them home, and I think I had them hung on the wall for a while, kind of like she did. And then when we moved, I said, no, I'm going to use it. Otherwise, it doesn't really have any purpose. It's just clutter. I don't really have a place to just display this here. I don't know that I did in my other house too, but whatever. I just decided I'm going to use this, because if I use it, it's not clutter. If it has a real place in my home where I would look for it first, and I would actually go looking for it, then it's not clutter. And so I have the place. Actually, I have 2 places, one by the stove, one by the oven, where I put hot pads. Is that what these are called? Hot pads. And so it has a place, it has a space, it has a purpose. I actually use it. Therefore, it's not clutter. And so it helps me move past a lot of those like, oh no, what do I do? I ask myself the question, can I use it? Is there a way that I can use it? Even if it's not in the typical, what the person who made it, designed for it or whatever, which these 2 examples are actually used for their real purpose, but like the burp cloths or whatever. Can I use it? Is there a way that I can use this thing? And then if I'm going to use it, it needs an actual place in my home where I would look for it first. Okay. I would love to hear in the comments, what do you have that you've decided to use? And that allows you to, say it's not clutter. Because if you use it, it's not clutter. Okay. I will talk to y'all next week. Bye.